Hey cinephiles, this is JS with Movie Clips, here with a review of Steve James' documentary about Roger Ebert, Life Itself.
Let's move on to a movie now that's one of the most brilliant, weird, and unusual American documentary films I've seen in a long time.
Life Itself is the story of how one man lived and how he died to tell about it. Dying is part of life, and it serves as our base camp throughout the film, between stretches of climbing mountains of memories. The man is Roger Ebert, and this documentary is based on his memoir of the same name. It's a shame he didn't live to see the completion of his film, but Roger himself admits to the cameraman during unfettered access into his private hospital room that it makes for a better story. A man who understands the stakes it takes to craft a well-made and well-earned drama was thinking of the audience up to the very end. Roger spent some of those final months laying in a hospital bed, but that was not going to keep him down. He sat up with a laptop before him, typing away a new blog post or interacting with a reader. As much as the film bears Ebert's final chapter, the majority of Life Itself is set in the past. We learn of his childhood in Illinois, how he became a newspaperman with a distinct voice at a young age, and how he was told on April 1st in 1967 that he would be replacing the Chicago Sun-Times retiring film critic. We hear anecdotes of the wild women he brought into O'Rourke's, how drinking became his favorite pastime in social life, and how he nearly lost it all due to alcoholism. We shake our heads and wonder at his involvement with Russ Meyer making Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, and the brotherly turmoil with Gene Siskel over the years at the movies and at each other's throats.
It's Thriller Week on Siskel and Ebert in the movies, and we've got 3 new ones.
Sound a little excited, Gene.
Sound less excited, Roger.
The most moving piece of Roger's mortality comes at the ripe age of 50 with his marriage to Chaz. She came into his life bringing kids and grandkids and ushered out his loneliness forevermore. In those agitating fluorescent-lit hospital days, it's Chaz by his side, pushing him forward in physical therapy and literally keeping him alive. Theirs emerges as one of the great on-screen love stories. A line of realism is drawn and we see what so many scripted films lack, taking another's burden upon your back to make their suffering your sacrifice. That's true love, no matter how many romantic pictures fool us into believing otherwise. It's only fitting that a film called Life Itself is able to move through so many of the cinematic genres. The film also manages to contain sections from Ebert's other must-read compilation, Awake in the Dark. Reviews of the greatest films he ever saw, from Bonnie and Clyde to The Tree of Life, are given significant screen time, and the chapter devoted to the Cannes Film Festival is enough to make anyone want to add it to their life's itinerary. After a lifetime of film consumption and evaluation, Roger knew how to make a great one of his own. The most obvious sign was entrusting renowned documentarian Steve James, the man behind Hoop Dreams and The Interrupters, to direct it. The supporting cast includes Ebert's friends and colleagues, new and old, any with stories to tell, fellow film critics and renowned filmmakers whose lives Ebert particularly touched, including Martin Scorsese and Werner Herzog. It is explored how a critic could maintain a relationship, let alone a friendship, with those whose work he had to impartially evaluate. We are seeing another version of that with critics reviewing Life Itself. Is it possible for them to not favor a film about the poster child of their profession and a chief cinephile among them? I do not know, but I cannot deny the film that this has become, even if I was pre-programmed to love every second of it. Through his life and mine, Roger Ebert has further expanded my mind and opened my heart. I cannot imagine how Life Itself would not have the same effect on anyone else. Life Itself is currently playing in select cities and is available on iTunes and VOD. For Movie Clips, I'm JS. Thanks for watching.